It is 7:22 a.m. and it is already 77 degrees. Again, in my glorious genius, I wore a long sleeve shirt. Why? Not why it's 7 degrees, but why am I wearing a long sleeve shirt? I know the answer to it. It's because I was lazy. I didn't wash my work shirts. So basically, this weekend, I got washing work shirts on the agenda. It's basically, like most of my clothes, I separate between the whites and colored clothes. And then, there's a garbage picker. Today's garbage day in my neighborhood. There's a garbage picker who has either a small playhouse or a really large doghouse in the bed of their truck. I'm trying to figure out which it is. But anyways, yeah, so basically, like most of my clothes I can separate, like pants and stuff. I don't know why, but my arm's still really hurting really bad. So every so often you may see me wince because it's just a sharp pain shoots through my arm. Yes, I have no idea. That may be cut off, I'm not sure. But, oh yeah, no, I lost my train of thought. Most of the time, my clothes, like pants, just throw in the washer together. T-shirts, I separate like the colors and the whites. Sometimes I'll pull out the red shirts if I've never washed them before. I definitely will. But if they're older red T-shirts, I'll just wash them with regular almond T-shirts. But work shirts, that's the ones I always separate out. So I actually have light, dark, and reds. Because for some reason, the work shirts like this, they just act differently in the wash than any of my other clothes. It's very weird. Yet one day I will figure it out what I'm doing, or maybe it's just these type of clothes just fade and everything on top of each other. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna drive, get to work, and try to get through this day. Today at work, like everything started going wrong. There's a few things they want added, no big deal. The things they want added, something I can do pretty easily. It's just testing everything, making sure it works is going to be the problem. So yeah, my brain just went blank. Sorry. Also, one of the people out in the field, they had issue with their tablet, and basically, it needs to have Office reinstalled on it. But we couldn't do. I don't have an install disk for that, and we couldn't have got it installed today. So he's going to deal with the issue for now. He has a workaround for it, and the whole big issue we've been having recently about this guy coming out of retirement and put this new stuff in, or add this new stuff to the application. They basically going to hire these consultants who are going to come in and fix it, and they were just like, okay, we need this, and this, and I think they realize that people I do the programming for are realizing this is not an easy, quick fix, and they kind of understand what's taking so long. But oh gosh, my head right now is throbbing. Cool things I did today. I've had this Sony Vega, like flat CRT TV, but it's the one of those the flat screens on it. I've had that downstairs for a while, and I was meant to bring it up here and redo my room and everything, but I haven't had time yet. And frankly, I can't do it by myself. It's just too heavy. So what I've done is I pushed it like at my skee ball table at the end of it. There's a big open space. What I did is I pushed that TV there. I put on sliders, make it really easy because I think it's friggin' heavy. I put it there and got my old NES and hooked it up to it. I sat in the floor with my son, the way I remember playing video games, sitting in the floor in front of the TV. And he really liked it. We played Micro Machines, we played Super Mario Brothers, Gumshoe, was it Gunshoe? Something like that. DuckTales, and a few games like that. And he loved it. California Games. I think that was it. But yeah, like so what I want to do is I want to get a few little games that he can play. Really, there's not that many games on the NES that he could play. Like there's games like newer modern games because like open world games where he can just wander around, do whatever he wants. But older games, they're not really that way. I mean, in a racing game on the NES, okay, when the computer opponents finish the race is over. Modern games, if everybody finishes a race but you, generally you can still go around the track and stuff and move around. That's what he needs. Maybe I have a 4-wheeling game. Maybe I could put that on, see if he'd play that. And you can just go everywhere you want. Oh, man. I'm really tired. Haven't been sleeping, like I've said. Yeah, brain went blank again. But he seems to. I'm wanting him to experience games the way I did. I mean, I could start him back on the Atari, but no. I think as far back as I'll start him on is the NES. Heard people say, "Oh, I've calculated out how much time," so they can get the experience of those games. So like for 6 months he'll get this, and then 6 months later I'll introduce the SNES, and they'll try to go in the generations, and I'm like, no. And these are people they're not really serious about this. This is like posting online, people saying, "Oh yeah, you can do this and this and this," and let them grow up with the consoles themselves, so that as they get a little bit older, they get a new console, a new generation. They can see the progression and kind of bring them up. For us, it took years. For them, it'd be months. I'm like, it's kind of interesting, but I don't want to hide the other consoles so he can't see them. I don't want to have my PS4 and Xbox One and not play them around him. That'd be kind of crappy. Especially if I may go through all console generations. God, Maddie. But yeah, I'm trying to start him off on NES. Let him get a little used to that. Because right now, I mean, he didn't play it for maybe, I think we played it for maybe 20 minutes. And that was me, like, putting a game in there, playing. It took forever. Basically, I have my NES, my wife has hers. And we both had the original one we owned. And she didn't play hers a huge amount. Me and my brother was on ours constantly. So the little pins in ours are really loose. I need to open it up and bend them back in here. I need more sleep. But I need to open it up and bend the pins down so they get better contact, and take some alcohol and clean them off and everything also. Maybe get a toothpick to scrape on them or something. Yeah, don't use sandpaper. I've heard people using sandpaper, and I'm just like, oh gosh, no. Why would you use sandpaper? I mean, you're basically sanding. It's like, oh, I'm just sanding off the corrosion. No, you're taking off metal also, the conductive layer. You do not want to do that. If you do that constantly, eventually the traces are going to be gone. I had a conversation with somebody. I completely forgot about this till just now. This may be a month, 2 months. And basically about what to use on a video game, like to clean it with. And I'm like, I use alcohol, like the highest percentage I can of it, with the least amount of water, like 97% isopropyl alcohol. And he was like, no, use Windex. And I was like, no, I'm not using Windex. And he's like, why not? And I told him, like, I don't like it. It's got stuff, there's things in it that I don't know what they are, and I don't want it to potentially get on the contacts and everything. He's like, oh, it's just ammonia. And I'm like, pure ammonia would work. I'm not saying it wouldn't. And I'm like, but ammonia is not blue. And he's like, what? I was like, there's a dye in it. Do you really think that pure ammonia is blue? Because it's not. It's clear. And he was like, oh, it's never done anything, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know. Do you know that there's not something building up on the contacts over time? Maybe it all evaporates. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I've never seen anybody do a study on it. But so that's the reason why I just use the alcohol. And I think contact cleaner and like electrical contact cleaner would be better than that, but I've heard some people using vinegar. I don't use vinegar mainly because the smell. And the smell lingers from vinegar for some reason. Like alcohol, after you put it on and everything and it dries for maybe 5-10 minutes, the smell's pretty much gone. Vinegar, I've never seen that smell actually go away. It always seems to just linger around. So, never used vinegar. Never used Windex because of the whole issue with the blue coloring and stuff in it. Whew. I need to get a soldering iron. And 2, I need to actually start doing more repair videos for my consoles and stuff. Like, I need to replace all the capacitors in my Game Gear. Once I do that, I need to replace the batteries in some of my games, like the Legend of Zelda and things like that, because those batteries, Breath of Fire on the Game Boy Advance, I love that game. But my copy does not have a working backup battery in it, so I need to buy some batteries and replace them with the ones from those three. My brain go blanky. Replace the battery backups inside the cartridge. I've seen people to open the cartridge up, and like there's little like weld spots from the piece of the metal onto the battery, and they just basically take a screwdriver, put under it, and kind of twist a little bit, and it pops that loose, and they pop the bottom loose, and they put another battery in there, use a piece of tape. And every time people do that, I've always seen the case doesn't go together quite right. There's a little bit of a bulge. Also, you're relying on a piece of tape to keep your save. I mean, if I drop the cartridge and that piece of tape comes loose, your save's bye-bye. So yeah, I don't do that. Because I have bad luck. And the first time I dropped it, or actually the first time I probably dropped it into my pocket, that tape would come loose and my save just be like. So yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to think about how of some tech videos and things like that. Got a few other videos in the works. Got like 3 of them right now. Hopefully, I'll have a 4th one after tomorrow that I'll be working on. If not, I don't know. But anyways, it is very late. I am very tired. Hope you had a good day. Mine, pretty good. I was trying to record videos today, like during going to work and everything, but so hot. I wore a long sleeve shirt again. My genius. Talk to you tomorrow.